Let's revisit classification of numbers. We start off classifying numbers as natural numbers. Then we look at integers. Then we look at rational numbers. Opposite to that is your irrational number. Combining that is your real number. The opposite of real number is something that is new to us. Something called as purely imaginary. And combining both of them, we have something called as complex number. And that's the topic that we are learning. So this is the broad classification of numbers. Now, let's look into this imaginary part. So that's your next topic, imaginary unit. In the term of value, it is nothing but root of -1. Imaginary unit is nothing but the smallest unit is root of -1. It is denoted with I. That's your representation of our imaginary unit. And so when we square it, what will we get? Yes, we will get -1. So till now we have not looked at a scenario wherein if you have a square root of -4, we are not able to express it as anything else, right? So when I talk about square root of -4, we were not able to tell. We should tell, well, there is no real root. Remember, we should talk about no real root. But there is a root, and that root is 2i, which is nothing but 2 times of square root of -1. Does it make sense? Is it not? So I can always write this as square root of 4 into square root of -1. That's the funda. Okay. Next. So combining real and the imaginary part is your complex number. So the basic idea is numbers of the form a plus ib, where a and b are your real numbers. For example, 2 plus i4 is your complex number. It has your imaginary and real part. This is your real part and this is your imaginary part. So when we talk about parts of complex number, this is your real part. That would be your imaginary part. Sorry, not that. The number, it's called the imaginary part. And I is your root of -1. Okay. So we denote the real part as RE, and Z is the general representation of a complex number. So REZ means the real part of the given complex number. So here in this case it is 7. And over here the imaginary part is 2. So pause and do copy this. This is your introduction to complex numbers.